Greetings folks, Dan here, and welcome back to Kaiju Showcase. Of course, today we're looking at the little punk ass that is Astromons. My mold here is from 1989. It was made in China. An older figure, couldn't give you the date exactly, but obviously you could probably tell by the very strange coloration, because anybody who knows Astromons knows he's certainly not mostly yellow. He's not really yellow at all. In fact, I don't remember there being any yellow at him at all during the show, but I could be wrong, could have missed something. The only thing I see that's really correct at all, coloration-wise, is the horn up here, and the flower. The flower's primarily red, and the horn's pretty much red. Maybe not that shade, but we'll run with it, it's cool. Some good points, bad points right here. Good, the mold. The mold's very good, it's very detailed, a lot of little details here, and you know, it looks pretty good, looks pretty close, I guess. Pretty good representation of the Kaiju itself, the one episode Kaiju, but aren't most of them, I guess. But the bad thing for you stop motion folks, there's pretty much no articulation. I mean, the arms move a little bit, but this big ass flower here kind of keeps you from really doing anything with the arms, and the head kind of jitters a bit, but I don't want to force it and possibly break something, so I would just cancel. I just call it a no. Just don't dick with the head. I mean, aside from that, I mean, he's gonna be like the Windom I just did, really for display, and of course the color adds to it. If you like the oddball colors like myself, then you'll love it, because the yellow really stands out. I mean, it's kind of an attention grabber. Like, oh, what's that? When, you know, somebody comes in your house that may not have seen your collection or may not be familiar. So those are the good points. So in a nutshell, very colorful, could be a good point. Really good detail. Bad point, it doesn't really move worth a shit. It's pretty much a statue. It's best not to move it. So let's talk about a little bit of the history of this little bastard here. And the reason I have such rage is because he kills one of my favorite characters, Oil Drinker. Even though he appears for like 5 seconds, he's so awesome. But anyway, back to Astromons. He starts out as a little flower from space, planted by the main character Hotaru, who ends up becoming Ultraman Taro. He plants him, the plant tries to kill him, the group of that show, Zat, shows up, you know, and like roast the fucker, like take that, evil plant bush, or whatever, and you know, because it tries to kill Hotaru. Then Oil Drinker shows up. It's like, I want some oil, and starts blowing shit up. And of course, Astromons, you know, gets a little pissed about being set on fire, because I'd be mad if I was set ablaze. It takes his wrath out on Astromons in the sense that he just eats him. Well, really, Oil Drinker kills himself. Here's a clip, just watch. So after he's done ingesting Oil Drinker, in that very sad moment, he flies off, because he can fly. You know, just roll with it, it's cool. And later he attacks another city, but Zat shows up, tries to stop him. Ultraman Taro shows up, you know, rolls him, like, fucks the bitch up, and then gives him some Thorium Coast into the face, and he blows up, because everybody needs to blow up. So he dies like anybody would suspect. You know, first Kaiju of the series, of course he's gonna die, but you get 2 Kaiju in that episode, so it's awesome. Sadly, he hasn't made any appearances outside of that, at least to my knowledge. Maybe an Ultra Battle, but I have never, not to my knowledge, I've heard of any information of him being in any other shows. But he needs to be. Availability is going to be the tricky part with this guy, because of course He's old. They don't make them no more. The only colorations I've seen is the one I have, and the one another fellow has, Ultraman Chronos, who did a review of him. And I check him out if you get a chance. I hopefully he doesn't get mad at me for name dropping without permission. I don't usually like to do that. But there are two at least that I know of, and of course they're both older. This one's the crazy paint job, the newer one being a more accurate paint job. Mold's the same. You're just going to have to look. Since they don't make them anymore, they just pop up in spurts. I got really lucky with mine, I guess. But price-wise, I wouldn't pay more than 5 to 10, maybe 15 bucks pushing if you really want an Astromons, because he's not a very popular character. You know, this one's minus tag. If you got the tag and you can get him in that price range, I'd say grab it because it's old with the tag. You know, it's important to some people like myself. So again, it's hit or miss. You're just gonna have to look if you want one, and it might be out there. Alright guys, I'm just going to wrap this up. I appreciate you guys for checking this video out. It's an older kaiju, of course. I love doing that, so I'm glad to be back doing what I really like to review. I'll do newer ones every once in a while. It's not really my thing. I mean, some newer ones are pretty cool, and I know some of you appreciate it because it's something you can actually easily find and go buy. But there's a lot of folks that do those reviews, so maybe you're like, fuck that guy, he does old shit. I want to go look at the new stuff I can actually buy. Be my guest. I'm sure there's people, in fact I know there's people that are a lot better at this than I am. But one more thing, anybody, I know not a lot of people check these out, but if anybody knows any information about the old oil drinker figure, I'm pretty confident Bandai did not make one. B Club did, and I think there's one or two other companies that did. I don't know a lot about them. I would love to have one. If anybody give me information, try to track one down for me, you know, just give me a heads up because I'd really like to have one. Of course, I love oil drinker because this little prick, you know, he fucking eats him, so he's a dick. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later, and y'all take care.